Hi, it's Miss Kiki here, Cafe Commentary's official host. It's August and we're still touching on the subject of emotional intelligence for our summer series. If you have your coffee of the month, let's sip and think about the Supreme Court giving the green light to dismantle the Department of Education. Look, in a decision that's sending shockwaves across the country, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in mid-July that President Donald J. Trump has the legal authority to dismantle the U.S. Department of Education without congressional approval. This unprecedented ruling has ignited national debate, especially in communities where access to quality public education is already uneven. This decision comes amid a broader effort by the Trump administration to shrink the federal government's footprint in social programs, redirect power to individual states, and remove what they describe as deep state bureaucracy. But what does this mean for everyday families, teachers, students, and the future of education in America? Look, let's talk about it. Billions in grants and financial aid will now be in limbo. As of this ruling, billions of dollars in federal education funding, including Pell Grants, Title I support, IDEA funds for students with disabilities, and college financial aid systems are frozen pending new directives. This is especially alarming for low-income students who rely on Pell Grants to attend college, public schools in undeserved communities, which count on Title I funding, and also parents of children with disabilities now unsure how or if their rights under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act will be protected. It's also a civil rights risk, right? One of the most concerning consequences of this ruling is the potential rollback of civil rights enforcement in education. The Office for Civil Rights within the Department of Education is responsible for investigating cases of discrimination based on race, gender, or disability, violations such as the gender equality in schools, ADA compliance, accessibility for students with disabilities. With the department slated for dismantling, it's unclear how or if these protections will be maintained. Also, state control, a double-edged sword, right? While the administration argues this move returns power to the states, many critics worry it will widen existing inequalities in education. Whether states with stronger tax bases may flourish, while poorer states struggle to fund basic educational needs. There's also concern that states with less oversight might redefine education standards, potentially removing curriculum requirements around history, science, or inclusivity. Look, so what could happen next? This decision has set off a political and legal firestorm, and here's what to watch. Legal challenges. Several state attorney generals are filing lawsuits to block the implementation of the dismantling order. Also, congressional action. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have voiced concern. Some are calling, for emergency legislation to preserve critical funding and grassroots mobilizations. Parents, educators, and advocacy groups are rallying nationwide to demand transparency and protect students' rights. So why does this matter to Fortified Living readers? Look, at Club Fortified, we believe in empowering individuals and strengthening communities. And that starts with access to quality education, okay? And this decision could affect families across the country, especially those already navigating economic challenges and raising children with special needs. Whether you're a parent, educator, student, or advocate, now is the time to stay informed, speak up, and get involved, okay? Look, education is not just a political issue, it's a personal one. So take action. Contact your local representatives and ask for their stances on the ruling. Donate to organizations that support education quality. Also, join town halls, okay? And online forums discussing what comes next. Look, do me a favor, y'all. Stay safe out there. And always remember to stay fortified, stay informed, and stay empowered.